Okay, so this is part 12 from my CD collection. Just going to go through a bunch of letters this time. First up with J and Jigai with Katana Orgy. Some like Czech gore grind stuff. I think they're Czech. Next up is band you'll probably or should know is Judas Priest with like a promo Bullet Train someone gave me. Yeah, I can't say I've ever listened to it. And the Metalworks 73 to 93, just like best of stuff. You'll probably know them. Next is a band that I quite enjoy with this album at least. Is Korn with Issues. It's got Hey Daddy on, which is my favourite off this. Not much to say about it. You'll probably know them as well. Next up is some Norwegian slam. Cranium with Chronicles of Version. Their guitarist is English, and I met him at a show and he signed the CD when I bought it off him. Can't see it yet. It should be there. There you go. There. Jason, nice guy. Next is Creator with Phantom Antichrist. Some cool German thrash. Death to the World is my favourite of this. It's like a digipack box there. It's got like a DVD of them live in Wacken. Next is, I think, black metal from USA. Krieg with Destruction Ritual. Pretty cool stuff. Haven't listened to that in a while. Lamb of God with Ashes to Wake and Sacrament. Some really cool stuff. I like both those quite a lot. It's got Redneck and Omerta and Ashes to Wake on. Some cool stuff. Next is a band that YXM mentions in a video called Lightning Swords of Death with Baphomatic Chaosism. I quite liked it when I listened to it. I know he didn't really rate it, but I thought it was quite cool. Next up is a band that I've listened to once. Is Lock Up with Necropolis Transparent. I done a trade with a friend a while ago because I had a double of a CD. I think it's like grindcore from my member. What I remember even. It's got someone from Napalm Death in, I think. Next is, I think, Steve Green of Comatose Music's in this band. It's Lust of Decay with Infesting the Exhumed. Some pretty cool artwork there. Some cool death metal. I think it's him, isn't it? Next is a band or an album from the 90s. I think it's First Press. The Almighty Facets by Lustful. Some cool, like thrashy death metal. Check that out. Check out the song Traumatic Evolution, the first song off this. Next is, it's not metal, but it's still pretty cool. It's Leonard Skinner's Greatest Hits. Yeah, not much to say about that. It's pretty cool. Now it's the M's. There's quite a lot of them. Next is Matt, with As We Create. As we create, the more from above or something. Yeah, the more from above, my bad. Sort of Egyptian themed death metal. Sound reminds me of Behemoth a bit. I don't know why. Check it out though. Some cool stuff. The title track on that's brilliant. Next up is a band you'll know. It's Machine Head with Blackening. Beautiful Morning off this, my favourite. And Unto the Locust. Another cool album. I haven't listened to either of those in quite some time. Next up is some more thrash. Mad Maze with Frames of Alienation. Ed Repka artwork. Some really cool stuff. Next up is Malfighter with Dum Moria Oria. Some cool Swedish death metal with, sorry for the, there you go, you can see that there. Cool artwork, some really cool stuff. Check out the songs on this. Exiled from Sanity, Death to Dead and Me. Anything off this is really good. Next up is, I think, another Czech band, Maniac Butcher with Epitaph, the final onslaught of Maniac Butcher. Some really cool stuff. Some like campish artwork, I suppose. Cool stuff, check them out. Next up is Masochist with Condemned to Grovel. It's an EP. They signed the inside for me. Probably can't see it. They're really cool live. It says, "Cheers Luke, keep it brutal, Masochist with a kiss." Which is pretty cool. That's the artwork. Check them out, some really good stuff. Sadly, I think they're on like a break or they're broken up. Next up is Mastodon with The Hunter. Not much to say about this, you'll probably know it. Some pretty cool stuff like that. Next up is their newest album with Once More Around the Sun. Not much I can say about that because I haven't really listened to it. Next up is some good old slam from Germany. Maximize Bestiality with Extraterrestrials Scoliexmorphic Infestation. The artwork drew me to this. Some really cool stuff. If any of you have ever played Magic the Gathering, that looks like the Worm Co-engine card. None of you probably have. Some really cool stuff, space themed. Check them out. Next up is Mayhem. Sorry for the gory artwork. I've got the Dawn of the Black Heart. If you don't want to see it, look away now. There you go. There you go. See it. And look back now. And their shittest album, Grand Declaration of War. Not much to say about them. Some of the most known, what's it called? Black metal. Next up is some Megadeth CDs. He sells, who's buying. Rust in Peace. The System Has Failed. And 13, which is an album I quite enjoy actually. And next up is Meshuggah with Obscene. The only song I really remember off this is Bleed. Not really a fan of them. Next up is Metallica with Master of Puppets. You all probably know this, some really cool stuff. And Ride the Lightning. I really enjoyed both those albums. Anything else that I'm not really keen on. And we've got Monumental Torment with Element of Chaos. Listen to the song Nameless One off this. It's really technical brutal death metal, and it's, when I say technical, it's like wanky technical, noodly. But check it out, it's really cool. Love the artwork on that. Next up is Morbid Angel, Altars of Madness. Another album you should all know. And Morbid Flesh, a Spanish, there you go, death metal. And Reborn in Death. I got that for Christmas last year. Some really cool stuff. I really enjoy those. Next is an album by Municipal Waste. It's in a box set. There are kits and patches I've got as well. Massive Aggressive. Can't really remember much about this. Haven't listened to it in a long time. It's crossover thrash, I believe, from what I remember. Next up is Murder Dolls with the White Wedding singles EP or whatever. Some really cool, like, I think they call themselves horror punk. And Women and Children Last special edition. Another band I really enjoy. Check them out if you haven't. Yeah, check it out. And lastly is Mitochondrial Fraction with Cannibalistic Gore of Grotesque. Some Japanese slam, sort of like cephalotripsy. Some really cool stuff. Check out this band as well if you haven't. Yeah, so that's the end of part 12. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found something new to listen to. Yeah, thanks for watching.